Hello everyone. Hope you guys are doing great. Today I'm going to open up this 3D gingerbread house stamp and die kit from Diamond Press, and I can't wait. Let's just open this one up. Okay. Oh no, I broke the box. All right, almost done. And I really tore this one up. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so this comes with everything you need to make this little house, and it's so cute. All right, let's open it up. This is that line I was talking about, that they're making these bigger dies for their Grand Marquis, which is super cool because, like, I love 3D. I love 3D projects. So we have our stamps to decorate the house, instructions, which is always good, and these are the dies. So this you would cut out twice to do the two sides of the house. You have your bottom layer and all the pieces you need to decorate it. So I'm gonna get some paper ready and we're gonna get this going. So I'll be right back. Okay, to start, I'm gonna go ahead and cut everything out in a white heavy card, and that's because I like my 3D projects to be really sturdy. So I'm just gonna turn this down, and I think I cut too much paper, but that's okay. And we're gonna cut this. So I'm gonna run this one through. One more time. So I'm gonna need 2 of these for the body. And then we'll cut the bottom piece out. So here's one, and you see this card is really thick, so I think that will help keep our little house really nice and sturdy. And now let me cut another piece. See which way this goes. So if I would have been a little bit frugal with my first piece, I could have probably gotten it all out, but it is what it is. Run this one through. Okay, almost done. And I'll cut the bottom one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're gonna just start creasing all this and making sure that our edges are really nice and sharp. And because this is a heavy card, I'm gonna go ahead and use my bone folder for this. So just be very careful. And let's fold this way, and then fold it the other. Okay, one more. So look how cute. Okay, so sometimes I find it easier to kind of fold it up first and then bring it back and crease it. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna just start it off and then burnish that good. And that sometimes helps it from not cracking, especially with this heavier hard. You don't want it to crack. So let's do that. And then we can go ahead and do this. Okay. So this will all get glued around, and then these get glued also. So we'll have something like that. Okay. All right. Let me start cutting some panels. So I'm gonna also cut it out in pink because I'm gonna make my gingerbread house in pink, and I'm gonna cut just 2 of these. I don't need the bottom part, so I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wherever the score lines are, that's where I'm gonna cut, right? So we have 1 score line there, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim it there, and I'm gonna trim off a little bit more. There's a little score line here because since I used 12 by 12 paper, it was a little shorter, so, and since I didn't need the top tabs, it didn't really matter, so we could go ahead and trim that off. And now we're going to do the same to this one, and then the side. So we have our little panels ready to go. We could trim this one down a little bit more if we want. Okay. And trim this down as well. We don't need these tabs. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other one, and we could start putting some of this together when I get back. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start gluing this, and let's just start folding all these and really creasing it. So just fold it this way, then fold it the other way. And let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So we have that. And then we'll glue all these together. I'm going to score the other ones. I mean, crease the other ones. Score. And I'll be right back. Okay. So we're going to glue this down. And we're just going to line that up. And I'm going to hold it there for a second while it tacks, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. And the reason that I am okay with like closing it off now instead of decorating it first is because since my panels are already cut and they're going to be on top of here, it really doesn't matter if it's done already. I'll just probably hold off on doing the bottom part. Okay, so we have that, and these houses end up being 5.5 by 3 and 6/8. Cute though, right? Okay, I'm gonna give that a little time to set, and I'm gonna get everything ready that we need to go ahead and stamp these guys out, and pick up some papers for some of this stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured I cut out all of the dies I need to cut out, so I'm gonna use this window. I'm going to cut out this window, and I'm gonna need 2 of these. I'm gonna need 6 of these. I'm gonna need, let's see, I think 8 of these. And we can go ahead and cut these guys out. All of this is going to be cut out in white, so that's why I'm going to cut it out all together. And there was a part that goes on top of the window, and you'll see how everything comes together shortly. Missing one die. Let's see, here it goes. So all of these will be cut out, and then I'll come back and we can start getting these together. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all the little windows cut out, and what I want to do is I have this glitter cardstock, and I want to cut like, so it could look like the inside of the window, right? But it'll have some glitter to it, which I like. Okay, so I'm gonna cut a strip, and I'm gonna measure it with one of the windows, and then we could trim them down. Okay, let's see. All right, and you could glue them down before you finish cutting them out, because I think it'll be easier, which that's probably what I'm going to do. Okay. Let's put this to the side. And I have a glue that has like a finer, it's like a thinner tip. And that's what I'm going to use for this. Well, at least I thought that's what I was going to do. Okay. So I'm gonna just put glue. Okay. And we'll do it on this side. So it'll be like this, and then I can just trim them out. So we have our little windows that look like the lights are on inside the house. Okay, so I'm gonna cut all of our windows out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did a couple of things. I went ahead and I cut out all the little reefs, because that's just the same process over and over again. We'll ink them together. And I cut out a piece of card just to do like some snow on the side of the house. Okay, so we are going to start doing this. We're gonna go ahead and run this through. And then we're gonna trim this. I think I'm gonna cut this at an angle. Okay. Let's cut this one out. So we have that. And I'm going to cut 2 more out and I'll be right back. Okay, let's do some stamping now. We're going to stamp some trees out. And we're going to stamp our little reefs out and then we'll work on whatever else we want to put on these guys. Let me get my green inks. Let's see. Okay, we have those. So I'm just gonna cut a piece of this cardstock. And we're gonna stamp these out. So I'm gonna put a little tree and one of the reefs. Let's see. Do it one more time. And actually, no, I wasn't supposed to do that like that. See, I had already did the die cutting on our little reef. So let's just do the trees. Okay, and let me do another color. Let's do meadow. So this is the color meadow. And another one. Okay, so we have 4 trees of 2 different colors, and now we can start stamping out our little wreaths. Nope, that's the wrong rag. Okay, so we're gonna it's not in the center. Okay. Okay, so these are how the wreaths look. I'm gonna stamp them out because there's a lot of them, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and emboss this in white. And I originally wanted to stamp it out in white, but I ordered white ink and I'm still waiting for it. So we are gonna do some embossing. Let me get my Versamark. Stamp that out. And now I'm going to bring in the door. And I'm not going to move the other part in case I have to put a little more ink on it. So let's go ahead and ink that. Okay, we could go ahead and do this. And I'm going to put the embossing powder, and then I'm going to find my heat tool, and then I'll be back. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. It's heat embossed, and we can add that to the front of the building. You could die cut the door out so it could open and close. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna add a lot of cute decorations, and then we'll worry about the roof. Let's go ahead and glue the bottom of this. Let's see, where did I put the other piece? There it goes. And then I have to clear off my desk because I cannot function on a dirty desk. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue this here. And I'm going to have to hold this for a little bit and let it set. And as soon as it does, I'll glue the rest of it on. So they'll all go inside and glued inside, and then we could come back and start decorating it because that's going to take a little while to do. So I'll be back. Okay, so we have our box totally done and it's drying, and now we can start working on the front. Now I also have some dies from another set that does like little lights that I believe I'm gonna end up using here, but for now we can go ahead and start gluing our windows. And if you wanted to do an arch on it, you could, but I want to put some other decorations, so I think I'm just going to put this over the door, and then we'll put these here, and then we'll decorate with color. All right. Let's go ahead and glue these guys down. Glue that one. And I'll pick up that excess glue. Okay. Let's put the snow on the top, more or less right here. Okay, and now I'm going to glue this panel down. Okay. Let's go ahead and wiggle it around. Okay, got that nice and done. So we have that. We can put some wreaths on the windows. And we can put one on the door. Isn't it cute? And then we could put some ribbons on it. Let's do that. And we'll add some more stuff to it now. Isn't it cute? Okay, let's do the side. And I think this time I'm going to glue it on first. That's this. Let's get this one. So we're going to glue this one here. We have that. And with these, we could just put them just somewhere like that. So it could look like, you know, the snow drifted onto it. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we have that going on. And then we can put some of our windows. And again, we're going to add string lights to it, right? Let's see. We're going to use these. Okay, so I'm going to just angle this so I could see it better. And this has a lot of sparkle. Let's put this here. Okay, let's do the other side. Let's put this here. Okay. Let's glue this one. And everything is just like placing things where you like it. Oops. Okay, so we have that. Okay, I'm going to do the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have all of our snow on, and I just got to put the last like little, I guess, window box or window sill on. Now I was going to go ahead and emboss the roof as well, but I think for this one I'm not. I'm going to glue this because I'm going to add so much snow and stuff that I don't want to take away so much of the pink. So let's glue this panel down. And then we'll glue this one. Okay. And we could go ahead and put the roof snow on. But I think we have to do the side pieces first. So this will go here. It'll cover our roof line. Cute. And then these go on the sides. So they'll go like this. Okay? I'm going to carefully bend this. I have glue all over my fingers and ink. Signs that you've been crafting. So you almost got that. And on this side. Okay. So we can go ahead and glue this one down. Okay. So we're going to put this one here. Look how cute that is. Okay. Okay. That one gave me a hard time. So now we can glue this one here. Okay. So we have that. And then we're going to put some lights, and then we'll put our last little wreath up here. And we're going to put little gems on it. So we're going to like decorate those as well. Okay. So this will go here. Okay. Let's hold that down. All right, almost done. And it takes a little while, so I'm gonna hold it there until it sticks, and I'll be right back. So I actually had some stuff come up and I had to resume this at 3 o'clock in the morning. But here we are, and I cut out what's gonna be our lights, and this is from a set. Let me see if I still have it out. Yeah. Oops, sorry for the squeak. I'll give you the right name. So it's the Christmas Camper. That's where these lights came on. These are from Diamond Press. Okay. So we're gonna put these here, and then we're gonna stamp our little light bulbs. And I've used these quite a bit, so they have ink that I can see. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use Versamark ink because I'm gonna use a water-based marker to color them in, so I think that'll work fine. And this is just gonna be stamp and go, stamp and go. this. Just try to make sure I have it as even as possible. Okay. My platform is not as sticky as it used to be. And I need it to stick right now. So I'm just gonna find a spot that's more sticky. I think I just have to wash it. That's pretty good. They're not gonna be perfect. All right, let's go for it. Cute. Wipe that down. All right, you guys get it. I'm gonna do the rest of them because there's a lot of them, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I colored most of them in, but I'll do this one with you guys, and I'm just gonna color some spots and just keep coloring. Okay, and we're just gonna put some color. And let's keep going. And there we go. So we have all of our lights done. And what we're going to do is that we're going to stick these on here. But I want to take the two that are stamped the best. And that's these two. And these are the ones that are going to go in the front. And then these guys will go to the back. So we're going to do something like, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and stamp these out. I mean, glue these on. So you're just going to put some glue in different little spots. It doesn't need a whole lot to hold. And we're just going to place our little lights. And then this will go on top. Some of them will hide, but I mean, you get the, it's gonna look cute. I think it's gonna look cute. Okay, let's put our next one. Okay. And then for this one, we're just going to need a couple of them. We don't need the whole strand. So maybe up to here. We'll just snip that. And we'll use that one for the other side. And just a dab there. And we'll put these here. And even if it looks a little off the way it is right now, once you put the snow on top, it just looks like it's up on the house, right? Okay, so we're gonna glue this down. There's so much that you can make a total like house, the gingerbread house that has all the candy on it. They really give you everything you need to make these little houses. And to be honest, I might do some like gingerbread ones for my kitchen. For the holidays, I think that'll look cute. Look at that. I think I'm going to make one more just like this, but with the little like scallop roof. I think that'll look cute. Loving that. Okay. Let's do the other side now. And we're going to do the same exact thing. We're just going to put our lights. So cute. Look at that. I might cut out a couple more of these and just like put it on the roof. Okay. I don't know if I needed it in the back of the house, but I do need to figure out what to do at the front of the house. Okay. Let me see what else we could put as a decoration on the top of the house. I'll be right back. Okay, so maybe we can use the wreath, but just make it look a little different by adding a bow. So we have that instead. And now we can add these guys. So I'm going to have one here kind of meeting at the center and the other one there. If we need to trim it a little, we will. So I'm not going to glue the last light bulb for now. Just in case I need to trim it. Okay, so we'll put that one there. We can just glue right above it. So we have something like that. Okay. All right. I think here we could just glue these before gluing the top of the roof. And it'll look fine, just in case anybody turns the box around, it looks more complete. So let's go ahead and do that. So these go here. Okay, and now we can glue these guys on. So that'll finish that off. And let's just hold that in place. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so I figured we can add some of these diamond dots. Where's my little picker? And we could put all different colors on them. And that'll make the wreaths look different enough that it won't even matter. So I'm just gonna add little dots of blue. And then we're gonna add our dots. Doot. So just really make it look a little different than the top one. Okay, let's get a green. Okay, right there. Maybe add another yellow and another red. Okay, so we added color to the wreath. Now it looks a little different from the one on top. Do we need them for everything else? I think I'm just gonna leave the one on the door with the little gems, and then on the other ones, let me see what I have that I can add to it. I don't know, we'll decide on that. It doesn't need much more. I mean, the house has a lot going on. I would do the roof though. I think that needs it. I'll figure out something we can add to the roof, but this is the project. Oh, wait. I forgot my trees. Okay, let's add some trees. We could put one here. We can add some to the front. Hold on, I might add this one to the front because it's darker. So then you have that. And I think that made a big difference. Let's add a lighter one here. Okay. What a difference little trees make. Let's add another one here. So now we have that going on. And then the other one we can add to the back part, so it's not exactly the same. So we have the trees. Or if we wanted to, we can add these trees to the front and put these in the back. So we could do something like that, so they look more decorative. And these are stickers. So we'll do that instead. And then we can like double some of these up. Things change really fast. So we'll put this one here. And then on this side, we can do the same. Okay, so now we can really glue the top ones down. It's finding it hard to stick because it has all that glitter. So we have that. And we have that. Hold it down for a second. Let it tack. And our house is done. So we have those houses there. We have those on the sides. Again, I would do the roof differently. Or even like use an embossing folder. I could have just made texture on the roof, which would have been cool too. Didn't think about that. But there's all kinds of things. Now you can use the die. This comes with the die to open the door. Which I'll make another version of this house and post it. And you can do all kinds of cute little things. You can leave the top open and just glue half of the snow onto it, so then the person could open and get what's inside. Or you can just kind of cut out where the windows would go, so that way you can put the little windows in place and maybe put vellum in the back and then add lights to it, so then you have, you know, a village that lights up. So there's there's tons of things you could do with it. I like the size of it, so I think if you were to make a small village, it would look totally cute. And you can use even those little fairy lights to light the whole thing up. Anyway, that's my project. I hope you guys, if you get it, use it. It's fun, and just think outside the box with different colors and whatnot, and make it your own. I hope you have a great one, and I'll talk to you really, really soon. Okay? Bye-bye.